the next speaker, which will be Ernesto Verdugo. Wow, what do I say about this guy? I guess on a personal level, I've got a lot to thank Ernesto for myself. Ernesto, having been introduced to me via Dave, really inspired me to get started with my own online business. We actually went into business together, and we still kind of operate that business to a certain extent. But Ernesto really got me inspired to start online, and I'm sure his talk today will inspire you in the same way that it inspired me. You're in for a real treat. He's going to be presenting today a presentation called Activate Your Digital Intelligence. So it's going to be interesting. I'm not quite sure what he's got up his sleeve, but it's bound to wow you. Give you a bit of a background on the official bio of Ernesto. He's an award-winning speaker, author, turnaround expert. He's an executive producer of his own web TV show, Amazing Websites Television. He's, interestingly, the 247th most traveled person in the world. There's literally not a place that Ernesto's not visited, and he has got a huge amount of presentation experience, 10,000 hours of platform experience in over 50 countries. So he knows his presentation stuff really well.
Thank you very much. Once again, I am Ernesto Verdugo. You have already been hearing from me, and to my sad surprise, I have actually noticed that you guys have been voting me, and I have really a terrible voting, so I hope that I'm going to change your mind, even though there's only been 10 people voting, and no, I have not spoken yet. So I hope that I'm going to be changing completely that, and I'm going to be getting all sorts of really nice votes, because I have not only one gift for you, but I have 14 gifts for you that I'm going to be giving you in 21 minutes. Therefore, I'm going to be asking you to please make sure to take notes as quickly as possible. Be very, very fast in taking notes, because I tend to speak very, very fast, and there's going to be a lot of content that you're going to be benefiting from today. One of my very favorite films from all times was Braveheart. And this quote from Braveheart really, really inspired me. He said, "Your heart is free, have the courage to follow it." And this is exactly what I have done my entire life. If you think about it, I am from nationality, I am Mexican. However, I mean, I have been presenting in over 50 different countries, and I have spoken to audiences of over 100 nationalities. Even more nationalities than Tony Robbins. I'm very, very proud to actually mention that, because I have really done a lot of speaking all over the world. And it has always been my passion to inspire the entire world. I have always been fascinated by the world, and I've been, as James was saying, a very, very committed traveler, doing quite a lot of traveling. And exactly as James was saying, I am ranked the 276th most traveled person in the world, and for my age range, I am the 101 most traveled person in the world. I love traveling. I love connecting with people from around the world. And right now, this is what I find absolutely fascinating. I mean, just think about it. Right now, we are connecting with people from 73 nationalities, 73 countries, or possibly even more nationalities. So this is just an absolutely awesome situation. If you think about it, we are living on amazing times. These are amazing times to be alive, and this is something that I feel very, very happy that we are here. And the internet gives me that incredible possibility of connecting with everyone without really leaving my home. So for those of you which are in all these many countries, I would like to say hi, and I would like to say I hope that I will be there presenting for you one day live, because I absolutely love it. Now, let me tell you why I am so fascinated about all these opportunities that the internet is bringing us right now. Just think about it. As James was saying, I do have my own web TV show. I'm the executive producer of my own web TV show. That sounds like absolutely weird. I mean, just think about it. A few years ago, if you would be thinking of having a web TV show, I mean, it would just have been absolutely crazy to do it. I mean, you will need a studio, you will need very complicated cameras, all sorts of things, and microphones and cables and all sorts of things. Right now, I am actually running my web TV show out of my iPhone. You're actually just looking at my iPhone, and this is exactly how I record my web TV show. How much times have changed. Same thing happens if you, for example, have a podcast. I am thinking of starting a podcast because I am very inspired by what James Reynolds is doing with his podcast, which, by the way, if you have not heard, you have to hear them. They're just absolutely awesome. And it's just amazing. I mean, just with a microphone, with even a old computer and with a pair of headsets, you could be recording a fantastic radio show, which in this case it will be called a podcast, and you will be able to transmit all over the world. Previously, that would have been a very, very difficult thing to do. Now, same thing, and this is one of the things that fascinates me the most. Just think about it. Previously, if you would have wanted to have a printing press, a new newspaper printing press, that would have been just unthinkable. Right now, if you just have your computer, you will be able to have the power to do that. Now, I want to tell you a story about somebody that I have tremendous admiration from, and her name is Arianna Huffington. She started with a blog that was called Arianna Online. Arianna Online developed into what right now is called the Huffington Post, which is just basically a blog, which is an online newspaper, if you want to put it in those terms. And the Huffington Post right now, it's one of the biggest. I see that there's no, oh yeah, there it is. The Huffington Post right now is one of the biggest media outlets in the world, and it is just absolutely amazing. But now, what it is even more amazing for me is that this small little blog, I see that we have some delay, it just sold for, well, it didn't sell, it sold in 2015 for $350 million to American Online. So just think about it. This lady, which started a blog, and just a little bit afterwards, she actually managed to sell her blog for $350 million. So now I tell you, you can see that these opportunities that the internet is offering is not only for the big companies, it's actually just for a person to create just big wealth and big money. I find that just absolutely amazing. Now, let me just show you this, one of the most mundane example, so that you can see exactly how what I am meaning about this. There's a company just out of Austin, Texas, which is called Poo-Pourri, and this Poo-Pourri company basically created a liquid that you will put in the toilet so that your poo doesn't smell. Well, this small company out of a garage is making an absolute fortune on the internet. Now, let me just bring another contrast so that you can see that this is something very, very strange. In the other hand, there is this other company, which is called Liberty Mutual, which is a multi-million-dollar company, which is a insurance company. And then they are spending a lot of money doing videos for YouTube, and their videos are just being seen by 193 people, 195 people. So how is it possible that small guys like us are doing a lot better than some of the big corporations? I think that's a good question that you guys need to start asking yourselves, because a lot of people are afraid of actually getting on the internet because they think that the competition is going to be very strong. Well, guess what? The playing level field has been leveled, and right now the opportunities of making great things on the internet are there. But the problem is most people are unconsciously ignorant. What does that mean? That they do not know that they do not know. And if they do not know that they do not know, they cannot be doing anything. Just in fact, let me just tell you something. This is the way that people see the internet. There is a digital prism. So if you think about it, the average internet uses the average internet user uses only 6.5 websites on their daily internet experience, right? So they have just one single thing, and then they think that they're going to go and they're going to be doing everything because, of course, they become very busy. For example, they watch videos. They do. They go and download music. They send email. They do Skype calls. They do Facebook updates. All these little bits and pieces, and that's what they think the internet is all about. That's all. But in reality, it is not as such. So the average internet user, and for this one, I'm going to ask for your cooperation. So please start putting on the comment box here from GoToWebinar. I would like you guys to start commenting. So I'm going to tell you, the average internet uses email. So if you use email, either put your hand up or start typing. So you start typing if you want to, if you're using email. The average internet user uses Google. How many of you actually use Google? Point number 3. How many of you buy stuff, right? How many of you buy stuff? So everybody's saying yes, 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 yes. Now, the average internet user also uses social media. If you use social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, please let me know. Yes, if you're using it. Now, next, the average internet user also reads blogs or newspapers. If you read blogs or newspapers, also let me know about it. Okay? So, and the last thing is if you're an average internet user, you're also booking travel. So if you're also booking travel through the internet, please tell me yes. And also, if you're a little bit more advanced, possibly you're also doing your internet banking. So if you think about it, I just mainly described how most of the people are using the internet. But the question is that the whole internet? I believe it is not. Just think about it. Most people are so busy, getting busy on the internet, that they are unconsciously ignorant, that they do not know that the internet is evolving and is changing dramatically. In reality, the internet is a very fast animal. And if you do not know how to keep abreast of all the changes, guess what? You're not going to be able to take advantage of it. So let me just explain to you the evolution of the internet. The evolution of the internet started with Web 1.0, more or less in the year 1993, when suddenly you will be able to put a website on the hopes that people will see what you were doing. So it was just a monologue. You were just putting information there for people to go and see it. Then afterwards, we started evolving and we went into Web 2.0. Web 2.0 simply means that there was going to be interaction. That's when social media came through. That's where blogs came through. So there was now from a monologue, it became a dialogue. But guess what? Right now we are in the era of Web 3.0, and Web 3.0 means that we do not need to be hooked to a cable in order to be able to access the internet. Now, this is what is extremely powerful, and I want you to understand, after the year 2009, we have more connected devices than people. Just think about it. In the year 2015, there's going to be 25 billion devices connected to the internet and only 7.2 billion people in the world. In the year 2020, there's going to be 50 billion devices connected to the internet and only 7.6 billion people living on the planet. So what does that mean? That we are just about to enter something that possibly you have not heard before, and that is the Internet of Things. And what is the Internet of Things? Well, everything is going to be interconnected, and this is what you have to start already thinking about it. Previously, in the very early pages of the Internet was only using, to facilitate inventory, loss prevention, all these kind of things. And afterwards, we went to the marketing part. Then suddenly now it's into finding things and whatever. And right now we are getting into more and more sophisticated ways on how the internet is being used. Now, this slide that I'm going to show to you is going to blow your mind. So pay attention to this. Right now, the Internet of Things is just growing in ways that you possibly cannot even imagine. I mean, right now you could be connected on the internet by doing fitness, on your health, with your family, while doing gardening, with toys. Your pets could be connected to the internet, leisure, home automation, energy efficiency, you name it. I mean, here you will have all the elements, you have the platforms, you have everything. I mean, I think this slide itself, it takes a lot of, you really have to look at it for a long time to understand it. And that's why I think it's very, very important that you will be able to understand what is happening right now on the internet. Now, with all these changes, now that we're going to be connected and everything is going to be happening on the internet, if you keep on doing your 6.5 websites things a day, or your 6.5 things that you're doing on the internet on a daily basis, you're going to miss out on the biggest opportunity in the world. I have been always a follower from Howard Gardner. Howard Gardner always talked about the multiple intelligences. And I love this phrase. It is not how smart you are. It is about how you are smart. And I think it's just absolutely true. He said that people have multiple intelligences. Not all of them are fully developed, but he only talked about, being word smart or self smart or people smart or logic smart or nature smart or picture smart or body smart or music smart. Well, I think there's two more smarts that need to be added. And one of them is going to be internet smart, and the other one is going to be business smart. So you really need to get internet smart. And that's exactly the reason why I want to give you my first gift today. And my first gift today is going to be a full training that I'm going to be doing with you 2-hour interactive online training that I want to call Introduction to Digital Intelligence. How to use the internet to grow your business, improve your quality of life, and remain on the cutting edge of technology on a Web 3.0 environment. So that's going to be my first gift for you, and you're going to have a link afterwards so that you will be able to download it later on. So let me tell you, I want you to think about it. We are already in a world where augmented reality is already taking place, where data and the real environment are getting together. So imagine how the world is going to change the moment that you see that. That's why you need to become internet and business intelligence, because of course the opportunities are big. Right now, I already know people, even though that this project Google Glass, it's already there. What happens is that it's not really going too strong now, and I do not know where it's going to be. But right now, more and more things are going into that direction. So how is it going to be doing business in a world where you can actually do purchases in the metro station or in the airport, the Gatwick Airport? This is a metro station in Korea, that with your phone, you're going to be able to buy stuff. The internet is changing so dramatically, and you need to be internet smart. Just think about it, how business is going to be doing if you could go to any shop. Previously, if you just saw the price and you said, well, okay, I'm going to buy it. I mean, I have no choice. In the ordinary reality, you absolutely have no choice how this works. But now with augmented reality, what's going to happen? You will be able to know if it is a good price or if it is not a bad price. And even if people are inside of your shop, you can either decide to buy it there or you can decide to buy it online. Therefore, business is going to change dramatically. That's why you have to be business smart and you have to be internet smart. What do you think is going to happen on the internet for business when we get to the points of an augmented social media reality, where you can just point your phone into a group, and that in your camera you will know who is connected with you, if you're connected with these people, how many people are connected with you in Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever. Of course, the world is changing dramatically. So as you can see, there's going to be a world of possibilities. And of course, 21 minutes is not enough for me to tell you everything. So that's why I wanted to give you that gift. But I promised you that I was going to give you 14 gifts in 21 minutes. So I have 13 gifts to go and 5 minutes on the clock. So get ready, because you're going to have to write down very, very fast, because I have incredible tips for you to take down. Now, let me tell you, I am very well known for having some of the best toolbox of the internet. I have written a number of books which are on internet resources, and I am absolutely passionate. I'm very, very excited about sharing all these tools with you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you 13 of my favorite internet tools, which all of them are for free. So get ready to take notes. First of all, the first tool that I'm going to be recommending to you is called wasmyemailread.com. How many of you have ever been on a situation that you do not know if you have sent an email and if the other person has read it or not? Well, guess what? This tool is going to help you find out if that person has read the email. So I'm going to give 5 stars to this email tool. Second, the next tool that I'm going to give to you is called TimeCave, one of my absolute favorite tools. Why? Because let's say that you're going to go on a trip. You need to send some emails. Guess what? With TimeCave, you will be able to program the emails to be sent when you want them to be sent, and you don't have to be there to send them. So you can actually put the email, put it into TimeCave, and TimeCave will release the email when you wanted to send it. Absolutely a fantastic tool. And once again, I'm going to give 5 stars to this TimeCave tool. Next is Vocaroo. Vocaroo I use all the time. How does that work? How many times have you been that you're typing and typing and you're creating all sorts of messages, and you're sitting there writing emails, and it takes you forever to write this email? Well, guess what? How about if you could speak an email? You can just go there, record the message, and send it by email so that the other person will be listening to your voice right away. Incredible tool that I use all the time for my friends and also for my staff in the Philippines. And I'm going to rate this tool with 5 stars. Next, and this is one of the, my entire talk is going to be just incredibly useful if you only just go to this site. This is called safecreative.org. And in this one, it's a copyright registry. Previously, it was just very, very difficult to do a copyright, and you had to do all sorts of paperwork and all sorts of things. Well, guess what? You can just go to safecreative.org, and you will be able to copyright your intellectual property, whatever you're doing, and you will have a copyright. And you know what's the most beautiful thing of it? It is absolutely free. So how many stars do you think I'm going to be giving to this website? How many stars am I going to give? Who can tell me now on the question mark, on the question box? How many stars? 5, 5, 5. Well, actually, it has already 5 stars, but I'm going to give it a double 5-star for this one, because this is just an absolutely amazing, amazing tool. My next tool that I want to share with you is called Screencast-O-Matic. Screencast-O-Matic is just a great tool that will give you 15 minutes of recording from your screen. So you can create screen videos that you can record, and immediately they will just go on the internet, and you will be able to share these recordings that you're doing from your screen. Or also you can do it pictures, and even you can upload to YouTube automatically. I also use this tool all the time, and of course I'm going to give it 5 stars. So you know, 5 stars is a very important rating to give to this, to all the tools that I'm providing you. Next tool that I'm going to be giving you is called Kaku.com. Kaku.com is a tool where you will be able to do all sorts of diagrams. Diagrams on the internet are very, very important. Flowcharts. Whatever you're doing, it's a great, great tool, and I'm also going to be giving it 5 stars. Next, and this is one of my very favorite, Canvanizer. You will be able to create the business models inside there with instructions so that your business will work. Also a free tool that I absolutely love, and I am also going to be giving it 5 stars. So 5 stars. I am only giving you 5 stars to websites and tools that I keep on liking. Another tool that I absolutely love is Online OCR. Online OCR is just great because you will be able to take away text from pictures, text from PDFs, and put them instantly from this software into a Word document so that you can edit it. And it is done automatically online for you. And guess what? Yes, for free. So I'm also going to give it a 5-star rating. Another of my favorite resources, it's called Hebo Music. In Hebo Music, you will be able to get all sorts, 105,960 audio files that you can use for free on your videos, on whatever you're using. This is free, royalty-free music for you to use on the internet. Absolutely great, and I also give it a 5-star rating. And just almost at the very, very end, I want to say I'm going to share with you a great, great tool that I really like. It's called YouTube/Disco, where you will be able to use YouTube as a mix player, which is just great to listening to music. I also like this resource very much, and I'm also going to give it 5 stars. Another resource that I want to share with you is called TiltShiftMaker.com, which is a great tool to make all your pictures look like miniatures. And you can do this to create memes and to do all sorts of things, and you're going to really, really like it. And then we have Markup.io that you're going to be able to create to have like a marker on every single site that you are having. I also give 5 stars to this, and just my very last tool is called Every Time Zone, so that you know exactly which time zone in the world that you are, and I'm also going to give it a 5-star rating. So now you know this is just the tip of the iceberg. And once again, if you would like to participate in the 2-hour interactive online training, Introduction to Digital Intelligence, just make sure to go to middleeastinternetsummit.com/Ernesto. Please vote for me, and please make sure that you participate on this, because I just gave you the tip of the iceberg. I'm going to be really helping you a lot in understanding everything what is happening on the internet. It's been a pleasure being with you guys.